I want peace, just not at the cost of my silence. Speak up. Through the hood, I keep hearing people say I'm supposed to die tonight. They can't destroy what they ain't built in the first place. So I'm finna ride tonight. I went from a truth seeker to truth speaker. Truth through the booth, your Bluetooth and your coupe speakers. Run up in here, I cut an ear, I'm 2 Peter. I bucket fear, I chuck a spear like Lou Peter. They love it here, I hate it here. They murder babies and pervert the children and make it here. It's getting crazy, everybody claiming they gangster here. And everybody feel it, but nobody is saying here. This call over money, so I say what I want, dog. Your favorite rapper don't need too afraid to be broke, dog. You lose your career pissing in folk off. But you can call black women hoes and kill all the black men that you want, dog. And I don't care if you hate that, I could take that. But stop claiming you real, knowing you hate facts. Sad thing is how fast you could diss a black queen and turn around and walk on eggshells for a drag queen. Bizzle, this what you wanted? I never came for the smoke, but if it gotta go down, then let's get it poppin'. And see, that really ain't what I want. If it gotta go down, then let's get it poppin'. You can't muzzle me, dog, I say what I want. And if it gotta go down, then let's get it poppin'. I really love peace, but I'm ready for the war. So if it gotta go down, then let's get it poppin'. World full of fake news, nothing real about it. Put their agenda in the middle and just build around it. You don't use your own brain, they gon' flip the whole thing and trick you with a headline and tell you how to feel about it.
What's good? What's good? What is good, everybody? How are y'all doing this fine Thursday afternoon? I pray y'all are blessed. Y'all pray y'all are absolutely blessed. I'm gonna do like one of them little Baptist preachers today, be like, "Oh, I'm not gonna hold you long this evening," and it's actually gonna be true because as soon as you hear that in church, it's a warning sign. Like little 10-year-old me used to hate that because I knew as soon as I heard that we ain't leaving till 12 o'clock at night. They about to have about 5 more benedictions, the choir for to come up and do 3 more selections. You're gonna get another little mini sermon, and you're gonna have the one person who always need prayer with demons get prayed out. It'd be a whole spectacle. And the next thing you know, it's 12 o'clock and you got to go home. But I am getting into something today that being here in this system, we was already told we was gonna, the Deuteronomy 28 pretty much laid out a lot of the curses and stuff that we go through. But there is one particular curse that nobody really talk about, and I don't think nobody's really looked into it. And the implications of it are kind of interesting, and I'm just that type of dude to point it out because I don't care what nobody say. I'd be like, my man Bernie Mac, I ain't scared of none of you niggas. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at the Most High. That's all I'm gonna say in advance. If you gonna have an attitude, if you gonna get upset, don't get mad at the messenger. Get mad at the book that is coming from. It's gonna be straight scriptures that I'm finna pull out, and we're gonna examine, and we're gonna hone in on one particular one. But at first, I gotta go in order. Y'all know I always talk about men stepping up and taking. If you're gonna be the leader, you can't blame everybody else. You can't play the blame game as a leader. That's in anything. If I'm leading a team and something fails on my team, that's my fault. It's because I didn't either give the person what they needed to do, I didn't put enough checks and balances in place to make sure that what they were doing, we could make sure it was right. It was some shortfall on leadership. It's not usually on the person I'm leading. A good leader takes responsibility for that. They don't just blame, and they don't just, it's this and it's that. And as we all know, there is there's a precedent for this. We're gonna go ahead and just hop in. Let me zoom this up. This is scripture we've talked about before. I'm going to just go ahead and set it up. This is in the beginning with Adam, the first original simp. And the Lord God called unto Adam and said unto him, "Where art thou?" And he said, this is Genesis 3:9, as those who don't know. And he said, "I've heard thy voice in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked and I hid myself." And he said, "Who told thee thou was naked? Hast thou eaten of the tree thereof I commanded thee, that thou shouldest not eat?" And the man said, "The woman that thou gavest to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I did eat." Now, we've talked about this before. This is the OG simp sin that many men still to this day fall and plan for. If you ever, you out here and you made babies with another woman and with all these different women and stuff, and now she's playing games and all this, and all you want to do is cry and blame your baby mama. Guess what, bro? The baby didn't get in her stomach on accident. The baby didn't get there magically. This is something that you have to take ownership for as a man. This is the thing that we have to take ownership for. And one of the things that we also need to start taking ownership for is the fact that these jokers be out here and don't take care of their children. I'm going to go over here and we're going to jump into First Timothy. And I'm actually going to hop to First Timothy 5 and 8. Yeah, we'll just do 5 and 8. But if any provide not for his own, and especially for those of his own house, he has denied the faith and is worse than an infidel. I bring this scripture up because it's been brought up a lot, and it's the truth. If you have, we always know it as like, oh, if a man ain't taking care of his household and stuff like that, you're worse than an infidel. We've always known it that way. But what if I told you that taking care of your household isn't just monetary? It's also making sure that your children have the best start. And getting that best start is we got to stop making excuses for bringing bastards into this world. We have so many of us that have brought children in that are out of wedlock with a woman that you're married with, and you have created a bastard. That is the curse of a bastard. We don't call it that. We don't hold no weight to it because we just figure everybody do it. It's just common. It is what it is. This Amorite system has designed us to be just numb to the fact that dudes is out here creating bastards. They is out here creating children, and you're making it harder for them before they even start. There are countless studies. You can go and do them yourself because there's so many. I don't even know where to start that show that kids that come from a 2-parent household where parents that were married when they had them, they do better. My dad was a curse breaker. I talk about that a lot. He was born a bastard, but he said, I didn't want that. I don't want that for my kids. And when I have kids, they're going to come from one woman. And he was a man of his word, and he did that. My grandma was off the chain. She dropped him off with some other folks and ran the streets. Didn't let him see his father or nothing, talking about she could do it all bad by herself and then put him off on somebody else. That attitude has not gone nowhere since anywhere. Every time you hear women say, oh, our grandmothers was this and that, I always be quick to bring up mine because I'm like, my grandmother broke up the family. So what y'all saying is not true. Y'all make it sound like, women were enslaved when that's not the case. There was a lot of other things going on. But at the end of the day, it was still on my grandfather because he chose her to mate with. See, well, a lot of times as men, I got into it a lot this week, with some dudes telling them to just take accountability for yourself, bro. You got to have some self-control. Oh, well, one dude told me once you've tasted lust, you can never get rid of it. That's a lie. The devil is a lie. You can. You absolutely can. You absolutely can. You just have to choose to do it. The problem is dudes will get with these women that are not very good people and personality wise and have children with them and then start complaining. It's like, brother, the same recklessness that made her get with you having to do minimal effort to get her in the bed is the same recklessness that she's using when she brings your kids around strange dudes that you don't like, or to have your kids in situations that you don't like. All those things that made her easy for you to get her are the reason why you are suffering now. So blaming the woman ain't the issue. You blaming the wrong person. You need to look in the mirror. The mirror is where that goes. Now, I brought that up mainly because I always have to start with the head first. We always have to deal with the leadership. And being a man, you shouldn't put yourself in that position. This position is something that you shouldn't even put yourself into. You shouldn't be out here. Because again, if you was out here and you was messing with a woman like that, guess what, buddy? You just got married. Because soon as her daddy found out what was going on, they either coming for you to get some recompense or they finna come for you and you finna have a sword wedding. They may have had shotguns back then. I don't know, but they was finna run up on you with swords and you was finna have a sword tip wedding. You was finna get married to this chick because you couldn't just go around deflowering women and doing that mess and running away. That wasn't allowed. You had to take responsibility. And that is something that we need to start seeing for sure amongst ourselves as leaders, that we don't just excuse this behavior. We don't just say, oh, well, these things happen, no. We want to make a better generation for the future. And to make a better generation, you got to be admitted, brother, you out here making bastards. You're making bastard children, and you're setting your children up for failure. You're not providing for them by starting for them backwards out the gate, because you not only picked a poor choice of an incubator for a mother to have them, but you also was out here just wilding out, and you didn't even really care for the woman. And now you're bringing a child into a goofy situation that's just adding additional nonsense onto them when we already born in this Amorite backwards society. You're not making it easy for them to come out. You're not. So we had known that I'm always on dudes and stuff like that. But one scripture I wanted to talk about today in particular, I told y'all, I think I've talked about this one before. Every Jezebel needs an Ahab. We've talked about how Ahab pretty much gave her power. Ahab gave his power to Jezebel, and Jezebel is the one who did it. And when we come in here, this is 1 Kings 21, and in 1 Kings 21, that's when Ahab wanted to get the grove, the field that he wanted from Naboth. And what did Jezebel do? So we come to 21:5. But Jezebel, his wife, came to him and said unto him, why is thy spirit so sad that thou eatest no bread? And he said unto her, because I spake unto Naboth for the Jezreelite, and said unto him, give me thy vineyard for money, or else if it please thee, I will give thee another vineyard. And he answered, I will not give thee my vineyard. So he crying. And his wife said unto him, dost thou now govern the kingdom of Israel? Arise, eat bread, and let thine heart be merry. I will give thee the vineyard of Naboth the Jezreelite. She a whole boss chick. So she wrote letters in Ahab's name and sealed them with his seal. So she couldn't do what she did in her own name. She had to do it with him. When you are out here and you're having kids with these goofy Jezebel chicks, you're giving them your power, brother. That's the reason why they can go to this Amorite system, this government, if that's what you want to call it, a judicial system, if that's what you really want to call it. We all know it's garbage. We all know that the black man gets treated like pure trash in the judicial system in every way possible. So why would you put yourself in a position where this woman can go and get these Amorite men on her side to help oppress you and take your stuff and take your money and take your wallet, take your driving privileges and all this other crazy stuff for money? You're giving your power to a woman. This is why I say these dudes that be out here thinking, oh, I got baby mama after baby mama, I'm the man. No, bro, you a simp. You're an infidel and a simp. You're having kids that you can't care for because the woman is out here wilding out, and you out here fighting to try to get your kids because you gave your power to a woman. This is not the way we should be. And then if you have done this, you should be telling your kids, especially your sons, hey, I didn't do this right for you, but this is what you need to do so you don't continue making the mistakes I did. Stop making excuses. Stop acting like this is a badge of honor. Like niggas is out here seriously acting like a badge of honor. I've seen some dude try to say, oh, if you ain't got no baby mamas, there's something wrong with you. No, nigga, there's something wrong with you. Bringing in bastard children with just impunity. Just not even thinking about the lives of the kids or nothing like that, what they got to go through. You just out here chasing cat. You ain't even thinking about the repercussions of your actions and what's going to go on until you in the thick of it. And now you crying because she got some weirdo around your kids and you can't do nothing about it. Like, this is, if we want to be the leaders and we want to restore heaven's order of Yah first, the husband next, and then the wife after, we got to get right and we got to call this mess out. But the true thing that I really, like I said, I always start with the head. But the true thing I really wanted to bring out for today is this little often talked about scripture here in Deuteronomy 28. This is kind of the crux of what I wanted to bring. I told you I was going to be short and sweet today, but I'm going to slap some heads. This is a scripture that we have read about, but I really haven't heard nobody talk about it. This is Deuteronomy 28:30. Thou shalt betroth the wife, and another man shall lie with her. Thou shalt build a house, and thou shalt not dwell therein, and thou shalt plant a vineyard, and thou shalt not gather the grapes thereof. Now, a lot of times this has been interpreted, and rightfully so, where in slavery, pretty much everybody knew these Anglos was out here just being nasty. They was messing with little kids, little boys, little girls. If you had a wife, it didn't matter. The dude, master, was gonna take her and do all foul things with her with his nasty, unwashed, uncircumcised self. And that was just something that just was like a thing. But what if I told you that, as usual, the King James actually got the first part of this thing wrong? And it's something that we're a curse that a lot of men are experiencing right now. right now, especially if you're married. You're experiencing this curse right now. Let's read this thing in context. So, of course, we always go to Blue Letter Bible. We over here the tools. We break it down for the little cross ref here for, you know, the Strongs. So we've already seen in others. Hold on, I didn't want the whole thing to go down like that. Let me back it up a little bit so I can. Yeah, there we go. All right. So we know, they make phrases on this. So it's just thou shalt betroth. So these two are the same. Betroth. This word aras means to betroth and engage. So it means that you'll have, and actually let's look at the actual verb tense for this one. So when you highlight it, it shows you the highlight over here. We click on that, and then now we can see that the stem comes from Pael. So let's go in here, and we're going to look at what the Pael says. It means to betroth, a man or a woman. So this means that you will be engaged to a woman. That's what Esau means. And now here's the trickery. They took one word and made two out of it. I hate when they do this. They do this a lot. Whenever you see these arrows pointing down and pointing up, it's really one word, but to transliterate it, remember, transliterations are trash. It's garbage. Don't ever let nobody tell you it's a transliteration. That means it's not the same. Anytime you transliterate something, something is lost in the original meaning. Oh, we're making it easy for English speakers. No, you're changing and you're parsing the information. Translate it as is. If the person won't get it, then explain the cultural context. This is why back in the day when I was heavy on anime, I would always watch what they call the fan subs. The fan subs always would add context to like jokes or situations or even like cultural things that they will be talking about or referencing to help you understand in context why the character is saying what they're saying. They don't transliterate it to turn it into something else. Like, I'll give you an example. There's an anime called The Samurai Pizza Cats. It's just so stupid. But in the original anime version, they weren't selling pizza. They were selling ramen. It was a ramen shop. Actually, it was sushi. They were selling sushi. It was a sushi shop. And they had the little containers where they would put the sushi in, and they would deliver it and stuff like that. But, they figure, oh, well, kids are too stupid to understand a cultural thing. So they dumb everything down for the Americans, which is why Americans are stupid to this day when it comes to cultural understanding on the world scale, because they turned it into something Americans could understand. So it became Samurai Pizza Cats, which in reality, I forget their original name, but they weren't at a pizza shop. They were again at a sushi shop. So that just goes to show like a transliteration where it changes the entire meaning and the entire context of a thing. So here, this and man is actually a man. It just means a man. So there's no and there's no man. So if we took this in context, it says you will betroth a wife, and a man, another man. This is the word another. And so basically another man, a man other than you, has slept with her. This is what this lie with her means, to lie down, sexual relations. So to put this first phrase in context, you will marry a wife another man has slept with. Ladies and gentlemen, men particularly, if you have married a woman and she is not a virgin, guess what? You are participating in this particular curse right here. I know a lot of people say, oh, well, the man did this and did. Oh, the man ain't a virgin either. Guess what, ma'am? We are not the same. We are not the same. We are not measured by the same. We're not. Men and women are not the same. So if you want to come here with whataboutisms and be all like, oh, but none of that don't matter and blah, 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 I'm sorry to tell you, the Most High don't agree with you. Because let's not forget in, hold on, let's go to John. Let's go to, for a backup scripture, let's go to John here. And here we go. And John 4, let's see here. I'm actually going to go up. And because I was reading it, I'm going to start at 4:7. There cometh the woman of Samaria to draw water, and Yahusha saith unto her, give me to drink, for his disciples were gone away to the city to buy meat. Then saith the woman of Samaria unto him, how is it that thou, being a Jew, ask me to drink of me, which I am a woman of Samaria? For the Jews have no dealings with Samaritans. Side note, that just goes to show how pretty much how we was what's the word? I'm looking for xenophobic when it came to other nations, because we didn't even want to talk to the Samaritan, which also makes why he gave the story of the Good Samaritan, that parable hit so hard to our people, because what we are experiencing now from the other nations, we did to nations as well. That's why this Samaritan woman was like, yo, you want me to get you water? I'm Samaritan. Are you sure? Like, you know who I am? Like, y'all don't even deal with us. Y'all don't even want to talk to us. They look like we didn't even want. It was so bad that we wouldn't even want a Samaritan woman to get us water, to fetch us water. That's how ridiculous we were with the xenophobia. and just not being against other nations. It's not racist because we're all, you know, that's nonsense. It was xenophobic. We were against other nations. And this is some of the reason why we're experiencing what we're experiencing now. Yahusha answered and said unto her, if thou knewest the gift of Yah, who is it that saith to thee, give me to drink, thou would have asked of him, and he would have given thee living water. The woman saith unto him, Sir, thou hast nothing to draw with, and the well is deep. From whence hast thou that living water? And art thou greater than our father Jacob, which gave us the well, and drank thereof himself, and his children, and his cattle? And Yahusha answered and said unto her, whosoever drinketh of this water shall never thirst again. So I'm going to skip down and to John 4:15. The woman said unto him, Sir, give me this water that I thirst not, neither come hither to draw. And Yahusha said unto her, Go call thy husband and come thither. And the woman answered and said, I have no husband. Yahusha said unto her, Thou hast well said, I have no husband, for thou hast had 5 husbands, and he whom thou now hast is not thy husband, if in that thou saidest thou truly. Now, what he was basically doing, and is in the politest way possible, he was saying, ma'am, you get around. You for the streets. You are 304. You are for the streets. And even the nigga that you laid up with now ain't your man. You done had lots of different men that you've been cohabitating with, and even the dude that you ain't laid up with. But notice he called them husbands. That implies a tie. Whenever a man sleeps with a woman, you become that woman becomes your man. So if you slept with a nigga other than your husband, you are that man's man. That's by the rules. You are that man's man. You have made a connection with that man. You have, especially if it's dude that you mess with all through all these years. That's why most of the time chicks be messing with these dudes and can't leave them alone, because you have a soul tie with that dude. It's different for men and women. Most dudes can get with a chick and keep it moving, but most chicks get hung up because that's by design. It is the order of heaven that a woman attaches herself to a man. I remember I told another auntie about how, you know, they were get married younger in some places. And she was like, oh, that woman never got to experience anything. Of course, that's the point. You're not supposed to go out and experience every penis on the tree. You're not supposed to go on a penis carousel through the streets and have everything and then be like, oh, that was fun. I'm going to settle down. That's not how you were designed, ladies. You are not a man. You cannot function as a man. Babylon and the Amorites have lied to you, because in the Amorite system, and you can go look this up, in the temple of Diana, when a girl became of age, when she has her first period, they would take her and put her in the temple of Diana, which was a brothel, because sex magic is the magic of the Amorites. And she would have to defile herself in this brothel to become pure in the sight of this temple. And this is a common practice across all of them, where they did this, where it was always some sex magic ritual initiation where you have to basically debase yourself as a woman to be accepted into these demonic circles. It was always the same way with a man. That's why when a man comes in, if a man wanted to serve in the temple of Lilith and the temple of Diana, guess what? You couldn't be a man serving there. You had to become homosexual. You had to become a eunuch. You couldn't be a full man doing that. So everybody had to defile themselves away from the natural order of heaven in order to be accepted into this system. Today, it is no less the same. I had a dude try to say that I was a loser virgin because I told him he should be able to control himself. The fact that you would say a virgin like it's a bad thing is absolutely insane. That is absolutely insane. If you are a virgin, male or female, congratulations. You are doing well. Maintain it. You are doing excellent. You are following heaven's order, because the order of the Amorites is everybody go out and get nasty. And especially for the women, they tell, oh, you can just do whatever. And then by the time you're 29 or 30, then you can focus on family and all that. I'm here to tell you that ain't how it is. That's not how it's supposed to be. And right now, if you're a woman and you didn't want, your husband was not your first man, and you had many bodies before him, you need to honor that man. You need to show that man the most respect and honor, because he took you and made you honest, even though you were unclean and defiled. You were unclean and defiled. By right, he has no ability to marry you. That's why do you think Joseph was going to quietly put Mary away? Because Joseph was just a gentleman about it. He didn't want to put her on blast, but he was like, yo, I ain't finna play stepdaddy to nobody. He didn't realize that, okay, this was a situation that's this is not earth. This is bigger than us. So that's when he was like, oh, all right, the father of this child is the heavenly, the creator of heaven and earth. So, that changes things. But if it was just a regular dude, oh, Mary would have been put out and put to the side, sent back to her daddy, back to sender, straight up. They did not play this. There's even tribes now today in Africa that they will have a whole ceremony where usually the main elder, they'll have like a female elder that's there, that's like, one of the more elder ladies that's there, or they will straight up go up in there and check to see if your hymen is still intact. And to even verify it even the more, after your first night together, when you consummate the marriage, you got to bring out the towel that shows the blood that the covenant was made. That's what a lot of them do. To some people, that's strange, that's weird, but that's how serious it is. And this is how we just take it so lightly, to the point where you got women say, oh, if a man asks about my body count, he insecure. No, ma'am, he's not insecure. He's trying to not have a whore for a wife. And that's exactly what it is. I don't care if you get mad or not. A lot of men in this captivity have taken whores as wives. And if you are one of those women, you need to honor your husband, because he, despite your background, has given you honor. Despite the nonsense, he honors you by giving you his protection and his name. And it's too common that I hear so many women got so much yap to say about their husbands when that man is taking care of business. So what? He don't do it the way you think he should do it. So what if you think you can do it better? Let that man cook. And if you got a problem, take it to the Most High. But when that man come home, you should take his shoes off, rub his feet, and do the nicest thing you can do for him, because that man gave you some legitimacy when you didn't deserve it. What happened with Gomer and Hosea? That's exactly what we're living out right now. The Most High gave us an example with Gomer and Hosea. What was Hosea doing? He had a hoe for a wife. She was always cheating on him. He was always having to go get her out from somewhere and go and get. That's what we did to the Most High. This is why we're going through the same thing as men, as the leaders, because we allowed Israel to get to the point where it was. So now we're 400 years in this nonsense cesspool that we find ourselves in. This is why we're going through that same thing and that same curse. This is what we did to the Most High, and this is what's happening to us. So just like we come to the Most High knowing that it's just his name, and I'm just happy to be here, and we come in humble, a lot of you women need to humble yourselves and apologize to your husband, because your husband, despite you being impure, despite you being defiled, he still marries you and loves you like you was the purest one in the world. You need to honor your husband. Because if you weren't a virgin when you married him, he had every right under the law of Yah to toss your tail to the curb. And he didn't. And he still loves you despite the bodies that you got in your closet. The ones that you lie about, numbers you fudge and flip, and you try to act like, oh, it didn't count. It counts. It counts. He sees it. He sees it. And it's clearly here from the verse. Again, it's when a man shall betroth a wife, and another, this is what this one here is, different man lied with her. And this one was with sexual relation. It was sexual relations. They laid together. They already, it's not you married her and then it happened. It's you've married a woman that another man had already laid with. She's already been laid with. That's what happened in the slave farms. They would run around and they be messing with, they get first dibs on the women. And then they'd toss them out to the slaves and let them have more slaves for them, because it was just mainly a farming operation, just to have more kids. It's the same thing that's still going on to this day. To this day. There's stuff that I've been hearing about that these jokers is making plans to try to come after kids and get kids and all this type of stuff. They still doing the same crap to this day. Still using the same mindset. Why do you think all the women sleeping with 1% of men? Because they've been conditioned to look for this slave block, top tier Negro that they've put up, this Mandingo Negro that they've designed. That's just, they always used to show you on the auction block, because that was the one that they would use as the mating Negro, to go to the little places where they set it up to just crank out babies so they could just have more slaves. That's literally what it was, like cattle. You're literally nothing more than cattle, my man. They're treating you like cattle. You think you the man, you think you this. The situations of society has been set up to specifically make it so that the dumbest among us will have the most kids, so they're easier for them to take the kids away. They're easier for them to manipulate. They're easier for them to get them in the system. You don't see it? Why do you see? I remember I worked for a place that we did support for a government entity that handled kids and caseworkers and stuff. And the stories that I was hearing was crazy. And it was always a lot of Hebrew kids all up and through there, all up in and up all through there, because their parents is all as out of whack. There's drama at home. There's nonsense at home. The daddy in and out of prison and he can't get right. The mama on nonsense and keep bringing nonsense dudes around. She can't get right. So the kids just be wards of the state. Just get flipped around in the city and going around, going through all kinds of Lord knows what, because you couldn't control yourself as a man. Or because you as a woman had no appreciation for a man that took you despite your whore status, but he ain't do this up to snuff or whatever, so you walked out on him, and now your kids is out here suffering and all this other mess because you out here listening to the Amorite nonsense. We got to restore heaven's order if we want our children to go forth in a kingdom mindset. And that kingdom mindset means we have to call things out for what it is. You can't be out here as a man creating bastards, and you can't be out here as a woman whoring yourself around and making excuses. So many women want to make excuses. Oh, well, this happened. Oh, we all fall short. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. Like the old folks used to say, even though they didn't tell the truth. Tell the truth, shame the devil. We need to bring back shame. It should be a shame. And it should be an honor that you give your husband. For all y'all women out there that's married, you should honor your husband, not just tonight, but just forever, from now on, with this mindset now that, dang, this man did take me in. I did have bodies on there, and he's still loving me like I'm the only one like this. I need to show him more grace. I need to show him more love. I need to be more soft towards my husband. And if you are a man that has no children, you out here single and stuff, guess what, brother? You don't have to deal with that. You don't have to take a chick. Like we coming up out of this mess. Yeah, that may lower your chances, but guess what? Your children have a better start, because your children get to come from a woman that only had kids with you. She's only tied to you. She don't got all these other niggas swimming around in her soul. I've heard many women talk about how they had to pray and ask God for deliverance because that junk don't go away. You've combined souls with that dude. It ain't that this new man is, he just not good. Oh, he just don't hang. He ain't this. He ain't that. And sexually for me, he don't do it for me. No, ma'am, you're used to chaos. That man comes with love, not chaos. It is insane that you can show love to a woman and she won't even acknowledge it. But if you are rude and nasty to her, she will, bruh. I know from personal experience. It was one time, oh my God, this woman was so annoying. I was so mad she had wasted my time. I had to take her home. She was cross town. I was upset. I was pissed off. I told this woman everything but the child of God, because I was like, I don't want her to talk to me no more. I don't want her to call me no more. I'm going to insult her. I'm going to take her through hell on this whole car ride back, because I don't want to hear from her no more. And I want to make sure I don't hear from her no more. I took that girl through it. I called her everything but a child of God. When I got home, I'm like, I ain't going to hear from this heifer no more. All is good. The next day, she called me trying to hook up. The next day, I was extremely rude to her. Extremely rude. It was at that moment, I literally, I just sat there on the phone listening to her, and I'm like, oh my God, this is true. Like, if you treat a woman like trash, she will flock to you. This is how broken society has made y'all. This is the Amorite broken system, where if a man shows you true love and affection, you get an ick. But if a dude ignores you and treats you like trash, you all over him and want to give your whole self to him. That's backwards. That's not the order. That's not right. Then you want to blame that man. Oh, he too soft, or he too weak, or he couldn't stroke it like the other one did. He did not. All that is in your little peeny brain, ma'am. All that's in your brain, because you are used to chaos. Your soul is used to thriving on chaos. That man brings peace and tranquility, and you don't know how to deal with it. And you blame him instead of blaming the fact that you are in a place that has messed up the order of heaven, and you are backwards. You are 100% backwards. The order of heaven is you show love. He showed that woman love and respect. Even the Messiah did. Even though she was what she was, he showed her respect. A real man show you love and respect. You don't respect him. You don't like him. You don't love him. You want to call him a sucker. You want to use him. How many times I remember There was another young lady I wanted to talk to back in the day, and I just wanted to take her out. I wanted to get to know her. Literally, this is my thought process. I want to get to know her. She's a pretty woman. Let me see what she about. The first time we went out, I forget, it was a little restaurant that was right around from where we went. We sitting in there, and the first thing out of her mouth is, we ain't having sex until 6 months later. And on my head, I'm like, I really wasn't trying to do none of that. I was actually trying to get to know you. Like, I was so confused because I'm like, I'm not even like on that right now. I'm just trying to see what you about. This is how I stayed kid free, because I was like, I gotta see what you on. I gotta see what you about. Let me holler at you real quick. Like, hold on, before we start doing all that and getting. I don't need no unnecessary drama in my life, so I gotta make sure you straight. I found out real quick she wasn't. She was on nonsense, absolute nonsense. And then the funny thing, later on today, I'm telling you, I don't know what happened. Like, people just be telling me about themselves, man. All my life has been like that. People just be telling me stuff, and I'm like, I don't go pressing people for their personal business, but people be just telling me stuff. They're like, oh, you're just so easy to talk to, and I'm like, I didn't want to know your business, bro. I didn't want to be in your business like that. She came one time, me and another gentleman, we was in the lunchroom, man. We just chilling, watching. It was a cable company, so we had free cable. So we was in there on my lunch break, chilling. He chilling. We watching something on the cable, on the movie or something. And she comes in, and she literally just starts talking about all the men that she slept with. I mean, she goes into details, talking about what they did, how big he was, how this and that. I mean, and me and this dude are looking at each other like, what the heck are we listening to right now? Like, me and him are just in shock, and we just keep looking at each other like, yo, what is this? What's going on? And she's just going through all this stuff. And then after this happens, in my head, I'm like, so this heifer tells me to wait 6 months, but she been letting these niggas come in and through the house and just do whatever they want to do, like crazy. Like, how that sound? How does that sound? If a man is like, I'm sitting here and I'm trying to do right by you, but you let this dude jump in after you had 2 conversations with him and he made you laugh, and the next thing you know, he already got you running up and down through there. Like, this is what this is talking about. This is this nonsense that we live in, that we just normalize. It's supposed to be normal. A man just supposed to accept you any kind of way and then be arrogant about it. Oh, well, if you don't like me like that, No, ma'am. You should not be arrogant. You should be humble. You should love that man that is even interested in still dealing with you, though you got bodies in your closet. This scripture right here shows that this is a part of the curse. No man wanted a woman who had already been ran through. That's why Joseph was going to put her tail away. This is why they went through what they went through to find suitable brides for their sons, because nobody wanted some chick that had already been ran through. This is why the one case in the Bible where you see where a woman had another man, but she got with another one, was a case of widows. And then you had a widowed man get with the widowed woman. But we was this dunk that we on now that we've normalized. Like, y'all be out here trying to give men a hard time, especially your husbands. I like I said, I be in a lot of these things. I hear the way our sisters talk, and they be yapping and be nothing nice that they got to say about their husband. And I'm like, God, dog, this nigga out here taking care of you, and you ain't got nothing nice to say. And then when you do have to do something nice, you act like I've heard them just pain and agonize over the fact that they got to be nice to their husbands. And I'm like, ma'am, you were a whole whore before that man met you. He legitimized you despite your whore status, and you still don't respect him? Look at here, man. This message right here, like I said, I ain't finna be here long tonight, but this was here for the ladies. I started with the men first because I always got to start with the leadership. I always got to start with the head. As a men, you shouldn't be out here getting these chicks and just leaving them and running them like that. You're still wrong for that. But it's not like you by yourself. These chicks be out here. We know. We know. Babylon has so-called given y'all freedom. There's a reason why. All the different cultures across the world had rules and regulations that restricted how women move. You can't, I be choosing. I'm a chooser. I'm the woman. I can choose. No, ma'am, you don't choose. You choose poorly. This is why you got bodies in your closet. You don't choose. You just got lucky that another nigga found you and picked you up. Well, you didn't choose nothing. He chose you. He chose you. Because guess what? You can want to be with the man and be married all you want, but guess what? Ask some of these women that's out here what they call leftover women if they can make the choosing to get married. You can make the choose to have sex, yeah. That's nothing. That's hard. Again, that's nothing. For a woman to have sex, that's nothing. That's actually reckless for you to even brag about that. But for you to have to go your whole life and have men that ask you to marry you and you say no, now that's a flex. I'm talking about marriage of men of good character, men that are good, not just the little trash nigga that just be, I just got out of jail, I'm trying to make things right with my life, I'm saying, let's just go. No. I'm talking about a man of worth, of value. Not saying that if you've been to jail, there's no value or nothing in you, but I'm just saying there's levels to this thing. There's definitely levels to this, y'all. We keep playing these nonsense games and we try to act like everything's everything and not talk about it. And as watch our community still go down the toilet. You got these young kids out here like wild animals because the mama and daddy can't get it right. Because the mama playing keep away with the kids and the daddy out here trying to run around and inseminate every woman he sees. We need to shape up our community because we need to do this for the future. It ain't about you. It ain't about how you feel. It's about the future. And if you care about the kingdom, you will care about the kids in the future and you will care about telling the truth. Even if it means that you got to tell the truth, the dirty truth about what you done did and be honest and stop trying to sugarcoat it. Tell it like it is so that we can heal and have our community do better. Straight up. It's time out for this mess, man. Show respect to your husband and stop being so and all this and that. Just start being doing nice things for him unprompted. Be sweet to him unprompted. Talk to him in a nice voice. Stop talking all ghetto and gangster and niggerish to your husband. Learn how to talk sweet. Learn how to be sweet. Learn how to not raise your voice. Learn how to chill. Because guess what? That man made you an honest woman. That's how they used to say back in the day, when you made me an honest woman. That's what that man did. Despite where you were. Just like how the Most High looking at us right now and our nastiness and our filth, he keep picking us up and he cleaning us off and dusting us off and making us better. We got to do it on every aspect of our life. And on the aspect of women with the men, it's time out for this Amorite nonsense that y'all be running with and all this disrespect towards dudes. Stop it. Oh, he be trying to do it. You be making this so good, normalized now. You make jokes. Oh, well, if he tried to do it, it'd be ha 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 ha. Oh, it's this little disparaging crap that you be saying. Even amongst your little homegirls and stuff. Stop disrespecting your husband. Check yourself. Show that man some respect. Because despite the state of you were in when he met you, he still married you. And he shows you love and he provides for you and he gave you his name. Isaiah done already told you that women finna be out here 7 to a man talking about we'll pay for ourselves. We just want your name. We there. We are here, y'all. We are here. I'm seeing so much content now. I'm seeing these older women say, look, some of y'all, we just gonna have to get into polygamy. I literally heard a woman say that like a week or so ago on a video. I'm like, bro, Isaiah was not tripping when he was writing down what the Most High showed him. This is literally scripture coming to pass. You can't fight the Most High. You can't fight heaven. Heaven's order will always find its way because you think that you bad and you doing all bad by yourself. Guess what? The white man is your man when you say that. When you thinking you could do bad, but you're still getting subsidies from the government, the white man is your man. Oh, I'm bad all by myself, but you still owe them student loan. The white man is your man. You'll disrespect your husband at home, but that white man that white man at work tell you to do something, guess what you do? You do it. And you stay late and you work extra hours when that man tell you to do something. But if your husband be like, hey, can we do da-da-da-da-da? Oh, you got every excuse and everything and every da-da-da-da-da. Like, it's time out for this mess, man. We got to get back in order, and it starts in our households. We got to stop letting these dudes make excuses for creating bastards. And ladies, stop allowing yourself to be vehicles for a bastard child to come into this earth. That's on both of y'all. Both of y'all have to face your kids and look at them and tell them about the nonsense that you made. Despite my mom and dad giving me some of the best start that I could have, they passed on mess too. I told y'all. I was around before they got saved. They passed on a lovely porn addiction to me at the tender age of 2 years old. My mother came later in my life and apologized and told me the whole story. and apologize to me. That helped heal me. Like when your parents apologize to you, my dad came, had a real talk conversation with me and apologized and really spoke blessings into my life. Even as an adult, that junk had an effect on my soul. It affects your kids when you come to them and level with them on some real talk. Go to your kids, men, and tell them, hey, I didn't give you the best start and I want to apologize. I was doing this. I was tripping. I was wilding out. You still respect and love your mother, but I didn't give you the best start, and I apologize for that. The healing that will take place in your kids will be next level. Your relationship with your kids will change. Same thing for you women. Apologize for some of the stuff that you say and how you talk to your kids and how you deal with your kids, because you brought them into an unfavorable situation. It's time to heal these generational curses and stop acting like everything you do is right. No, well, it made me who I am. No, heifer. No, nigga. You didn't have to do that. You chose to do that. And you have to now choose to make it right, not for you, but for your progeny, because it's bigger than you. It's for your kids. It's for them. This is what this is all about. This ain't about poking at men and women. This is about kids, man. This is about the family, the future. This is what it's about. How can you heal your kids when you ain't even healed and want to acknowledge the wounds yourself? You covered in knife wounds and covered in poop, and you don't even want to acknowledge it. You don't even want to wash it off. I had to get this turd on my head. You know, it made me who I am. I know it stank, but you know, it made me. No, nigga, it stank. Acknowledge it and wash that crap off. It's time to get out of this mess of making excuses. Stop making bastards. Stop being whores. Period. That's how this thing go. We make too many excuses for this mess. Oh, well, what about the woman? She did this. Or what about men? Do that. We are not the same. Follow your own soul salvation and stop worrying about the next nigga and the next chick. Do what you're supposed to do, sir. She either going to get right or get gone. And either way, you're going to be better off. Stop carrying yourself this way, ma'am. Yeah, you may not get your feelings, your emotions tickled and all that stuff, but that tempers you so that when you with a husband, you don't have to be out here thirsty for YouTube clicks and thirsty for social media likes and stuff, even though you got a whole husband at home. There's lots of women out here like that. You just got a whole husband at home, but you still want to go outside and show your butt and wear all your skin tight stuff and show off because you still want some attention. There's dudes like that too. Still want to, let me see if I can slide in her DMs real quick, see what response I get. I want to see if I still got it. Immature and stupid. Stop being immature and dumb. It's time out. We're past these curses. Stop participating in them. And to stop participating in them, you got to do better. You got to stop making excuses. You got to acknowledge your downfalls and keep it moving. Remember when I talked about the CSC? This is a part of it. You got to check yourself. Because right now, a lot of us is wrecking ourselves, and we woke up. I see so many of these, especially camp niggas. The Most High made us visual. We got to look. We can't help it. Nigga, shut up. You just skipped over Job where he said, I made a covenant with my eyes that I won't look upon a maid to sin. We just skipped past that part. Just skip past that. It's time out for making excuses for being whores, men and women. It's time out. Time out. To stop making bastard kids. It's time to start building our community proper by acknowledging our faults, by loving each other properly, and by looking out for our children, by apologizing for putting them in a bad situation, by giving them the healing that they need from the apologies from their parents and the true apology of turning around the way you move and act. Sometimes the way they acting out is because of this mess you passed down to them and you mad at them because they acting just like you. You around here mad because they twerking. Guess who was twerking when they had the baby? You don't think those things don't come through? You don't think that mess don't pass down in the bloodline? And y'all forbid the ones of y'all that were pregnant and were still out here running the streets? Or if you was a dude and you out here messing with a pregnant woman, you know she pregnant from another nigga. Oh, well, I'm the man. I got these other niggas. I'm laid up with they old. That don't make you the man. That makes you an infidel. Straight up. It's time out for the foolishness. And it's time in for us to start caring about the future, which is these kids. It ain't about you, nigga. It ain't about you. It's about them kids, man. Shoot. Like, straight up. I know a lot of folks ain't gonna like it. I know. I know you don't like being called a hoe, but guess what? That's what the Bible said, not me. That's what the Messiah said, not me. You just be trying to gel it up in your head. Oh, well, I was dumb and I was manipulated. I was just young and manipulated. You wasn't manipulated. You was hot in the tail and you went riding the carousel. Stop lying. Stop lying. now you're older, and now you're looking at the men your age, and they start getting with younger women, and you mad. You wasn't mad when you was a younger woman hopping in that nigga car that had a car when you was in high school and he was in his 20s and you was 17 and hot to trot, and he picking you up from school. You thinking you doing something? Man, please, come on, man. Let's just be for real with this mess and stop playing games. It's time for us to do better for the kids. It ain't about you. If you mad and you feeling some type of way, you got to think about your kids, your seed, your future, and stop being selfish. And take that to them kids and apologize to them for not giving them the ideal situation. Man, the healing that I'm telling you, as a 42-year-old man who, last year had a conversation with my dad, and he dropped some real talk on me and put some apologies on me. And I'm telling you, I felt the transformation as a grown man. And my dad loved me, straight up. I seen my dad at my sister's wedding. My dad walked up and gave me a hug and a kiss. I still kiss my dad. He gave me a kiss on the cheek. That's my daddy. I love him. He a curse breaker. I wouldn't be the man I am without him. And some of you niggas don't know what it is to know the love of a daddy. But you can show that love to your kids, so they don't grow up being stunted emotionally. They being stunted and not knowing how to show emotion and love because you out here got them wilding out because you out here trying to live up to nonsense. Nah, man. That go for women too. Those women don't know how to love, don't know how to hug. Don't hug and kiss your own kids. Because you all hard up and boiled up because you done put yourself out there, got your soul filled up with all the Negroes that you done been messed with, and now you all jumbled up and messed up. And you passing this mess on to your kids, and then you wondering why they acting like that, because you passed it on to them. It's time for us to get right and to restore the order of heaven so that these kids can get right. Because I know a lot of y'all that watch me also watch Teo Ministries. And if you saw the last thing that he did and how they coming after the kids, and I can tell you from somebody else that I talked to that there's also legal framework being set up in America right now to take your kids. Bruh, they not playing. The evil workers, they working. They got everything set up to come in and snatch your kids away. They don't care about us. They know they can't change us, but they want them kids. Just like they did back during the transatlantic slave trade. What did they do? They took the 14 and under and took them away. And wiped their brains of everything and wiped their mind and they reset history. Don't you see them doing it again? Don't you see them doing it again? Look at how they undoing all this legislation and stuff. How they slowly but surely been brazen things up. They would more than love to have our black behinds back in chains. And they are trying to set it up to do so. And niggas is out here wilding out. Oh, I'm trying to get a baby mama. Girl, I'm out here. I got these niggas out here on stupid. Too busy out here trying to talking yap about your husband and disrespecting him and doing everything you can to be Aggie instead of working with him together to raise your kids. Because you selfish. Time out for this mess, man. It's about the kids. It ain't about you. It ain't about your sorry behind. It's about them kids coming up, man. That's what we doing this for. That's why I be up here, because I'm trying to get everybody in their mindset right so we can get this next generation so they can do better than us. So then when they have kids, they can raise up and they can do better than them. And then we can cultivate a perfect society that's right for the Most High to put his name on. Then he could choose his first fruits from among us because we've created a community that has created righteous men and women. That's what I want to see. That's my heart's desire. It ain't up here just to yap and tear nobody down. Oh, he's just trying to pick on me. Oh, he's just mad because he's fat and ugly. Nigga, please, fat and ugly, I still could pull heifers. But I choose not to. Because guess what? For what? I'm going to get to the Most High and be like, hey, what's up, Most High? I know it's Judgment Day. I had like 7 baby mamas. I did good, didn't I? I did good. Then nigga be like, nigga, get from around me. I don't even know who you is. You infidel worker of iniquity. None of that mess don't matter when you stand before the Most High. You think you can lie about your body count when you get to Yah? You really think you can sit here, you can lie and take your junk to the grave all you want to? There's going to be so many women that have brought their lies to their grave that's going to get before the Most High and look stupid because you can't lie to him. You can lie to yourself. You can lie to everybody else, even lie to yourself, but you can't lie to Yah. So you might as well just go ahead and tell the truth. Go ahead and tell the truth and stop lying. And show that man some respect because he made you an honorable woman, even though you met him in a dishonorable state. Oh, well, we didn't know. It don't matter. He still did it. And you should show him some respect. Oh, well, he was no virgin. We're not the same. We are not the same. If I'm stuck on the side of the road, you think, maybe somebody might stop and help. But if a woman stop on the side of the road, you'll have a line of niggas lined up to try to help her. That's how it's supposed to be. That's the natural order of things. Y'all be trying to make this stuff be the same because Babylon done played your brain and you want to play these lies. We are not the same. We are not. There are things men can do that women can't do. There are things women can do that men can't do. And that's fine. That's how it's designed. Everybody has a role. And your role, woman, is to protect your womb. Your role is to protect your body and to make sure you ain't just letting every Tom, Dick, or Harry run up inside you. Because guess what? That does cheapen you. They try to say, oh, no, that's what it does. That's exactly what it does. You see, it's a part of the Deuteronomy 28 curses. It wasn't a flex to have a chick that another, not just one, but groups of niggas done ran through. Like some of y'all, come on now. It ain't just 1, 2, or 3. That's just the 3 you claim. Don't lie. You ain't got to lie. You ain't got to lie. Tell the truth, shame the devil. So that's my little final message. You need to show that man some love, ladies. If you married and that man ain't your first, you need to be especially sweet to him. You should serve that man hand and foot. Yes, I said it. You should. Mary Magdalene, what she did, she washed the Messiah's feet. You should wash that man's toes. Do whatever it is that man like and be the sweetest thing you could be and learn how to soften yourself up because that man is giving you his covering. He gave you his name. He gave you his protection and you should honor him as such. And fellas, you need to start having more and more self-esteem and stop dealing with these women that's disrespectful when they come in with bodies and nonsense. How dare a woman with 5 baby daddies try to look down on a man because he don't want to deal with her? How dare, this is how the audacity and the shamelessness that these undesirable heifers got the nerve to raise up and speak against a man. Ma'am, you have more bodies on you than John Wayne Gacy. You need to sit down and be humble somewhere. I don't care how good you look. I don't care what you got. You are moving like a whore and you need to sit down and pray that somebody will come and take away your shame and stop being so haughty and arrogant because this Amorite system gave you the ammo to do so. We already see how they move. I showed you last week how they had the inverted order. They had the woman on top and the man on the bottom scuffling up trying to get us. No. That's not how it was designed at all. And this is why they do it this way, because everything the Most High does, they do the opposite. But the laws of heaven and earth are absolute. You could try to pervert them all you want to, but there's always a correction. There's always, everything comes back into order. And this is what the Most High is doing. So I suggest y'all ladies get it done now while you aren't forced to do it. Because a lot of women, I truly believe that a lot of our women don't make it through the wilderness. A lot of our women ain't gonna make it through. There's gonna be a lot of dudes too, but there's gonna be a lot more women because this Amorite system got a lot of y'all beside y'allself. A lot of y'all real beside y'allself. You think way too highly of yourself and your methods because you went to a raggedy school and regurgitated their raggedy mess. A college degree don't make you nothing. I don't care what, if you got a master's, a doctorate, all that kind of stuff. That don't mean nothing. It means nothing to the sight of the Most High God. Besides, remember, I'm gonna quote one of my favorite rappers again. If I'm the government and want to maintain a sense of control, I'm only giving degrees in what I want you to know. So why are you proud of a degree of partial information, partial, flawed, garbage information, going to a place that's literally a giant sex ritual? That's what all the colleges are. That ain't nothing but a big old freak nest. That's why most of the time when I hear a woman say she graduated from college, I already just imagine that she done rode the penis carousel 4-5 times. Because the stories that come out, that's the main reason why. And it was nothing but the Most High that guided young me. Because young 18-year-old me said, I don't want to go to a college because I know that they ain't gonna have nothing but debauchery going on, and I ain't trying to get caught up in it. I done seen too many of my homies already get bussed back home for going and wilding out at all these colleges. I know a girl and a dude had to come home, didn't finish nothing because they was out there just partying and wilding out. I didn't want to do that. I chose a different route because I there's nothing but the Most High. That's all I can say. I was guided by the Most High because it's not a decision an 18-year-old would normally take. This was heavy in my spirit at 18, and I was like, this is what I'm gonna do. And not everybody that went there did all that. You know, some people go to school online now and all that, but just going on, especially if you stayed on campus, man, look, I'm sorry, but if you were talking to me and I found out you stayed on campus for your college, I am not going to believe anything you say about your body count. I know that sounds rough, but college has anybody who knows, anybody who been on college, you know. I knew dudes that went to these places. There's young cats that make animated stories about their adventures in college and high school, and these college stories, some of them, man, I'm like, God, dog, y'all niggas was just out there wilding out. Like, oh my God, it was just like, man, little nasty freak fest, a petri dish of filth. So this is the place we at, y'all. And we got to get better, and we got to do right for our kids. Like I said, this may sound rough, it may sound tumble, but guess what? This is the truth, and we need the truth to move forward. And if the truth make you feel a type of way, don't shoot the messenger. Like I said, go talk to the one who sent me. It's his word that I read, not mine. Ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm just here delivering the message. So, with that said, man, I'm gonna finalize it out, fellas. Y'all love your, men love your wives love your husbands, especially wives love your husbands, especially if he took you in an impure state and still made an honest woman out of you. You need to show that man the utmost respect and love for the rest of y'all's life to walk on this mortal coil together. You should speak with that man with nothing but respect. You shouldn't allow no disrespect in your presence for him. You should be the first one to have his back, the first one to speak up for him. Because that man took you where you were and still loved you and still provides for you despite you being in an unworthy state. Because like it or not, it's an unworthy state. If it was found out that a woman was not pure at the time of marriage, it's off. Bride price come back, everything's off. It's a wrap. You go back to sender, back to your daddy. Return to sender. That's what they used to do back in the day when Absalom and his when Abram told him, hey, this tent peg ain't good. You need a new one, from his Aggie behind chick who was cussing at the kids and didn't treat nothing right and was all Aggie and stuff. He sent her tail back to her daddy. We don't have that tradition now, but if we did, a lot of y'all will be right back in the home, in the living room with your mama and your papa. So, with that said, show some love to your husbands tonight, ladies. Fellas, for those that are single, show some respect to yourself. Don't be out here being an infidel and creating bastards. And if you have already done that, and then go to your children and apologize and set things straight. Be the change in your family. Give your kids that chance. Give them that healing that they need so they don't make those same mistakes that you did. Give that to your children so that way your line can be blessed. Because bastards do put a curse. That's a curse. That is a curse. It is what it is. That's a curse. But the Most High can deliver it. But you have to acknowledge it, and you have to go in and break that curse. And that takes effort, and that takes acknowledgement. So, yeah, I see. I seen that. I've seen that before too, sis. They require that. That's because they want you. The college is the biggest place where they just filthify you. That's a word. Filthify. Throw a little new suffix on that thing. They filthify you there. They filthify your brain because they manipulate your mind with facts that ain't facts. And then they put you in a situation to be in a human petri dish of mess. All of it's demonic sex worship. This is why you get a square. We talked about that square on your head. So, with that, y'all, I will see y'all in 2 weeks. I pray that the Most High bless y'all. I pray that y'all will take this and you will go home and you will heal your kids by giving them the healing that they deserve, giving them the apologies. Apologize to your kids. Be honest with your kids. My mom and dad was always honest with me about whatever they had going on. They were straight up. They straight up told us stuff. My mom was like, yeah, me and your daddy didn't wait till we got married, but you should wait till you got married because there's a blessing in that. That's truth. That's truth. These are the things that you got to put into your kids and stop just playing the ignore and we ain't going to talk about it and and play silent. No, because while you try to play silent to save your so-called ego, your children are suffering. You may not know it, but they are. So with that, y'all, I speak blessings on y'all and I will see y'all in 2 weeks. Y'all be blessed.
I want peace, just not at the cost of my silence. Speak up. Through the hood, I keep hearing people say I'm supposed to die tonight. They can't destroy what they ain't built in the first place. So I'm finna ride tonight. I went from a truth seeker to truth speaker. Truth through the booth, your Bluetooth and your coupe speakers. Run up in here, I cut an ear. I'm 2 Peter. I bucket fear, I chuck a spear like Lou Peter. They love it here, I hate it here. They murder babies and pervert the children and make it here. It's getting crazy, everybody claiming they gangster here. And everybody feel it, but nobody is saying here. This God over money, so I say what I want, dog. Your favorite rapper don't need too afraid to be broke, dog. You lose your career pissing in folk off. But you could call black women hoes and kill all the black men that you want, dog. And I don't care if you hate that, I could take that. But stop claiming you real, knowing you hate facts. Sad thing is how fast you could diss a black queen and turn around and walk on eggshells for a drag queen. Bizzle, this what you wanted? I never came for the smoke, but if it gotta go down, then let's get it poppin'. And see, that really ain't what I want. If it gotta go down, then let's get it poppin'. You can't muzzle me, dog, I say what I want. And if it gotta go down, then let's get it poppin'. I really love peace, but I'm ready for the war. So if it gotta go down, then let's get it poppin'. World full of fake news, nothing real about it. Put their agenda in the middle and just build around it. You don't use your own brain, they gon' flip the whole thing and trick you with a headline and tell you how to